Hello, everybody. Welcome to Hillary's Whiskey Lounge. I'm Hillary, and this is my Whiskey Lounge. And today I'm going to be introducing you to the wonderful GlenDronach. The GlenDronach distillery is up in Aberdeenshire, just north in the northern part of Scotland, northeastern part of Scotland, north of Edinburgh. No, oh, yeah, way north of Edinburgh. Um, and it's actually owned by the Brown-Forman Group, but there's something sort of down home and small-ish feeling about this wonderful distillery, which I actually got to visit when I was up in Scotland recently. GlenDronach is known for being an absolute sherry bomb, and for instance, you can see how dark this one is. This is actually called Ode to the Dark, and it's been fully matured in Pedro Ximénez sherry casks. That's actually going to be the odd thing from my whiskey lounge today, is talking to you about what Pedro Ximénez is and why it's such a big deal for Scotch enthusiasts. So this bottle I actually picked up in the UK, but I'm going to open it for you today. You can pick up a bottle of this in a specialty whiskey store in the US for about $80. So it's really a good value and high quality for the price. This would make an excellent gift if you know a sherry lover in your life, or sherry lover, a whiskey lover in your life, especially ones that like these dark sherry bombs. All right, let's start by opening this up. Oh, and I forgot to tell you the ABV is 50.8, so it's a nice strong little sherry bomb. This is actually one of three of a new series from GlenDronach. I forget what GlenDronach means. Valley of the something. All right, if you could look that up, somebody, and leave it in the comments what GlenDronach means. Okay. Ta-da! Oops. There we go. Okay, now I actually have a nice little GlenDronach Copita that we're going to be using today. Lovely color, lovely color. The label says natural color, so I hope that's correct. Oh boy, that smells good. The label right here says natural color. I did read somewhere where a Scotch enthusiast thought that, or said that, just because it says natural color doesn't mean there's no color added. Where if a label says no color added, that means it truly is its own natural color. But if it just says natural color, then there could be some other natural coloring agent added that's not this sort of caramel-ish color that other distilleries add. I don't believe that. I really think that if the label says natural color, then this is the honest to goodness color of the final product in the distillation. So I believe it. I believe it. Let's put that over here. Okay, 50%, 50.8%. It's going to be a little on the strong side. Look at that color. It's absolutely gorgeous. Okay. Raisins and deep fruits such as peaches and very sweet pineapple. And did I say chocolate already? Oh, wow. It's a beautiful aroma, beautiful nose. I can smell a little mustiness or maltiness, and of course that's because this is a single malt Scotch. It smells like musty grapes. That must be from the Pedro Ximénez sherry. I could just sit around sniffing this all day, but we've got to taste it, right? Okay. Mm. Ooh, a little strong on the arrival and on the finish. This is going to need some water, definitely. But the chocolate flavors and the deep, deep, rich, fruity flavors and the mustiness are just so intense on the palate. And I can still taste them after the finish. Raisins, plums, deep orange peaches. Okay, I think that we should add a little bit of water to this. Mm, I love this little picture. This is called a, have I mentioned this is called a copita? I think, yes, when I did my video about the different glasses, this also is an excellent nosing glass. It's fine. It's right up there with the Glencairn. The Glencairn is the glass that I've been using with you for most of these videos. However, the copita is shaped like a miniature wine glass, where it's narrow up at the top and it's wider at the bottom to open up some air to the liquid inside, and then it tapers in for a nice nosing experience. So, copita. And I actually got this when I ordered some GlenDronach from Delia's whiskey, and she comes out of Germany. It's Delia. Delia. It was only a few bucks. Okay. Being very careful. I don't want to add too much. Oops, I probably added too much, but it's going to be good no matter what. Gently, gently swirling this around. Ralphie even suggests just rolling, roly, he says. Oh, that color is so pretty. Okay. See how the legs are. Yep, there's a nice beating, really nice legs, which could speak to the alcohol content. Okay. Wow, it's really opened up. I'm really hit with the scent of it. It smells like deep, rich purple grapes. Even though, and I hope I can get a picture of the Pedro Ximénez grape for you. Pedro Ximénez grapes, from where we get the sherry, where the sherry casks, in which this is just matured. Those Pedro Ximénez grapes are actually a white grape, but maybe it's because of the color. I'm thinking deep, dark, rich purple grapes and deep raisins. Really has opened up the chocolate aroma, and it's got this really cool, almost funky, dare I say, musty aroma. Mm. Ooh, on the arrival, I'm tasting rich nuts, almost like cashews or almonds. That sweet, sweet, mushy, crunchy texture of cashews, that waxy character of cashews. It's a really, really nice mouthfeel to it. Now, I don't know about the filtering. Nowhere on the bottle was there anything about being non-chill filtered, but given this really rich and waxy mouthfeel, I'd be willing to say um, just no chill filtering. Oh, this is so good. The reason why I chose this one, by the way, is that today where I live has sort of gotten gray and dark and rainy. And even though it's still September, it's starting to feel like a nice, cool autumn day. In fact, we're into autumn now. Summer is over. I've got a cat on my lap. I have a nice, deep, rich sherry in my hand. So it is a beautiful autumn day. Oh, it's very sweet smelling. It smells super spicy. Mm. I want to say cinnamon, ginger, nutmeg. It's almost like drinking a piece of pumpkin pie mixed with wine, or a pumpkin pie made out of wine instead of condensed milk. That's what this is like. This would make an excellent gift, as I was saying before, an excellent gift uh, for you to give to somebody if you know that they love whiskey or single malt Scotch, but also they love the sweet sherry flavors of whiskey. Mm, this is just this is so good. No wonder why they call this Ode to the Dark, matured in Pedro Ximénez sherry casks. I don't know what size casks they are. They're usually uh, butts. They're called these big, huge barrels called butts. Mm. I'm just going to continue to finish this during the course of this review. But no, we must move on. Um, Ode to the Dark. Like I said, you can find this in whiskey specialty shops. I don't think you're going to be able to find this at Total Wine. I'd be really surprised. I know that I've actually seen some GlenDronach at Total Wine, but mostly in specialty shops. Here's actually another GlenDronach. This one is cask strength batch 11. This is 59.8%. And as you can see, I've been working my way through this. I think that they stopped making this. I think we got up to, was it batch 12 is the final one that came out a couple years ago. But this was some really, really good stuff. It's because of this I got introduced to GlenDronach as a brand. Okay, so what I want to talk to you about today is actually Pedro Ximénez sherry. It's in this sherry. This sherry is aged in casks, and then those casks are used to mature Scotch whiskey in. So it's not always American oak that in which single malt is matured and or finished. You'll see this Pedro Ximénez and also Oloroso sherries, and I think Oloroso is also from Spain, but definitely Pedro Ximénez originated in the southern region of Andalusia in Spain. Scientists have even done DNA tests on the Pedro Ximénez grape just to see where it's from and what other grapes it's related to. It's related to actually a northern African grape. Um, Pedro Ximénez is this is just a really fine, sweet, distilled, enriched and strengthened sherry. And I'm going to crack this open and we're going to taste it today. I've actually not tasted this, but this is the Pedro Ximénez sherry. It's those casks that the um, single malt enthusiasts are who love sherry bombs are they're nuts about this, and it's abbreviated PX. So if you ever hear some sherry some whiskey enthusiasts talking about a PX finishing or a PX maturation, this is what they're talking about. So the Pedro Ximénez. Okay, let's crack this open. Sorry, sorry down there. I know. What is this? What am I doing? Okay, let's smell this. Woo! It smells like, yes, liquid chocolate. Oh my gosh. Okay. Pedro Ximénez, besides the grapes themselves, are sort of dried and desiccated a little bit before they're squeezed. And this is done dried, desiccated in the sun a little bit to increase the sugar content and therefore the sweetness of this. So let's see what this looks like. And I'm pouring this into another little copita that I have. Oh my goodness. It's look at how viscous and thick this is. Oh my goodness. Definitely a dessert sherry. I've heard that this is great paired with really, really good sweet chocolate, even ice cream, and rich dark cheeses. So if you're into having a nice dessert sherry, go. Now I just got this bottle at my Total Wine store. It was I think it was about $40 or something. And speaking of cost, this GlenDronach Ode to the Dark, you can pick this up for about between $70 and $80. It's really not that outlandishly expensive. As I said, it would make a great gift. If you or your friends are interested in a superb sherry bomb, um, try this GlenDronach Ode to the Dark. Okay, now let's see what's going on with this. Now with sherry, we don't add water. It's really just a 17% ABV, so it shouldn't be at all as strong as any whiskey that we're having. But because it's fortified wine, it's going to be a little stronger than your average Chardonnay or Cabernet, in fact. Wow, it smells like liquid chocolate, liquid raisins. So I can see why these casks that hold this Pedro Ximénez sherry for so many years, and I honestly don't know how long the sherry is held in the barrels, but I can see why malt whiskey. I mean, yeah, single malt whiskey, especially the ones that want to be sherry bombs, are matured in this. Wow. Mm. Oh, that's good. It's darn sweet, but this is really, really good. You know what I want to do? I want to mix some of this with my whiskey, but I'm not going to do that. Um, wow, this is incredible. Mm. This is like milk that's flavored with wine and chocolate and raisins. The consistency of it is incredible. It's not harsh or bitey or stingy or anything. It's just really, really sweet. Very sweet. Mm. It has a really rich, musty smell to it as well, probably due to the cask warehouses in Spain where this is made. And I think that this sherry in Spain, and this is something that you can do some research on. This type of sherry only comes from one small little region in the middle of Spain. I'm not a sherry enthusiast or anything. I mean, I might become one, but I don't know too much about sherry and the origins of it, or Madeira. Um, but this is some really good stuff. I'm gonna have to. Mm, I'm gonna have to finish this. Yeah, that is good. And going down the glass is just one big leg. I don't know if you can see that, but it's just one fabulous leg. Um, So, possibly the legs aren't due just to alcohol content because this one is 17%, but the viscosity, the thickness of this, it's just clinging to my glass. Now I'm going to go back and have a taste of my Ode to the Dark, my GlenDronach. And now I'm really understanding, after drinking that Pedro Ximénez sherry, I'm really understanding the smell, the beautiful odor, aroma, I should say, of whiskey that has been matured, not just finished, but matured in Pedro Ximénez casks. Mm. Wow, it's a relief not to have all that sweetness on my tongue. But I can tell now this GlenDronach that's been matured in the Pedro Ximénez casks. Um, Now I get it. Now I get it. I would recommend if you're a lover of sherry malt whiskey, do yourself a favor. Get some Oloroso sherry, or take it a step up and get some of this Pedro Ximénez sherry and try this out. Now with this sherry, like I said, it's super, super sweet. You might not be able to handle it, but it will really give you a great understanding of all the sherries. I mean, all the sherries, all the single malt whiskeys that claim to be or say that they are matured in PX casks, and you'll understand what that is, what that means. I've been meaning to do this for years, and I finally got around to it. I'm glad that I got to share it with you. So that's the weird thing from the That's the weird thing from the whiskey room today, from the whiskey lounge, is this Pedro Ximénez. Super, super good. I'm gonna have to get some really good strong cheeses and some ice cream and some nice rich chocolates and have really really do right by this Pedro Ximénez sherry. Um, but now I understand where this is coming from, and I appreciate it just that much more. Please leave a like and subscribe. Share with your friends too my video today. I'd really appreciate that. All right. Cheers, everybody. Slunge, salud, and have a great day.